Hey there everyone, I am out here this week on the back patio on a day when it's, decently warm out, pretty nice weather, and I'm ready to begin a new piece. So what I have going is linen. I have a stretcher that I have built and ready to go. The nice thing is that sometimes I've done past works and I wasn't as happy as I might have been with them, and the cool thing is that my stretchers are really sturdy and I make them all on my own, and I can just take that painting, the old painting off, roll it up, and then reuse the stretcher, which is what I'm doing now. Now I'm going to work on restretching for a new piece and get started on a new work. It's nice to work outside because I can spread out a little bit more. My home studio is a bit small versus the one that I have in my workplace. So just going to show you what I'm up to. As far as tools go, first off, staple gun, staples, and hammer, and then also this really great clamp. It's made out of iron, actually. Super handy. It's not like the most expensive one, but actually it worked. I've had it for a long time. It's tried and true, and it's solid. It's always going to work really well for me. I want to get a nice tight stretch on this canvas, so love these. Also, staple gun. I've tried like power staplers, but they've broken down on me, so I guess I've got the hand stapler. Makes my hands good and strong. And then as far as staples go, important thing is that you don't want them to be like too long. But when you go to the store, if you're buying these on your own, you need like those spikes on the end of them. If you see those, hopefully you see that. That's super important because it kind of gets it really nicely into the wood, and it's gonna hold really well for you. And I've come up with a kind of a new plan on, how to start a painting. Each one, I suppose I do a little bit differently. And with this group, I'm kind of working more with the raw linen because I kind of like the color of it, the look of it being very clearly fabric, and with regards to some of the patterning I'm working with on my work. So this is, how I'm starting out. This is a nice full view of the canvas itself. The way that I work to stretch my pieces is I do it gradually, center, 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 and I kind of work my way out, a few staples here, a few staples there, all the way around, so that as I'm pulling the fabric, I'm just gradually stretching it all across for a nice, even, smooth stretch. It's going to create a nice drum-like surface for me to paint on. So you can see here, the end of this thing has a spring that comes out. You just put the staples in like that, and then reinsert that spring, and then we're good to go. So you have to balance one hand doing one thing, the other hand doing the other. So you can see how I'm using the clamps. I use that knob to balance. I help pull and stretch. And then from there, I'm going to do a few there, and then just keep working my way out until I get to the corners. So I'm over here finishing up the final corner on my canvas piece here. Basically, when you get to the end, you want to just finish off to the edges, and then think about what edge you want to have showing when you hang the piece, whether it's vertical or horizontal. And so I'm just doing a little bit at the bottom here. And then I'm going to focus on just making sure I get a tight stretch on that one side to begin with. So that would be down this edge. I want it to just be nice and straight, and then I'll deal with the corner after that. And then I'm still making sure that I'm pulling tight with my clamps. These clamps are super handy. Highly recommend but you get some of these, particularly these cast iron ones are super sturdy and will hold together really nicely over the course of time. So last staple out to the edge there. And then when I do the corner, I know my edge here is flat that people will see, but the underside I'm not going to see as much. So that's where I'm going to contain my fold. So first off, I'm going to put this flap out and focus on the top corner versus the kind of underside corner as I'm stretching it upside down here. So put a nice flat corner at the top there, and then just let this flap hang off to the side. Put one staple in there, hammer down, and then this, you make sure that the fold is going to be hidden in between. So this folded part is inside that fabric, and then just the only folded edge you're going to see, you're going to kind of pull it out to align it up with that corner of the canvas itself until it's nice and flat, and then you're going to fill it out to the finish with more staples. And remember to always pull it tight as well as you can. I suppose the first time you do this, it's going to be a bit tough until your hands get stronger. All right, and then just make sure that flat is down tight, and then you're all good. All right, hey there. I've got some paint colors mixed up and ready to go, and I'm gonna kind of just start a base coat just with some abstract washes, because I'm really interested in, you know, kind of mixing it up, seeing what else I can do with my starting surface before I begin to get involved in, you know, actually depicting something. These are acrylics. Remember that acrylics dry out really quickly, so just gonna put a little bit of water in there to make sure that they don't dry out too fast out here in the sun for me. And then I'm going to play around with what kind of marks I can make across the piece. I do have an image in mind that I'm working with, so kind of like just as a side reference, and then use that to kind of help me direct the marks I'm going to make. And we'll see what happens. See what June thinks about my painting. What do you think, June? Is it a good painting? Good job. Only snip. Nope. Get up. Nope. Putting stuff on here. Nope. You stay off. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, interesting. Hey there, everybody. I am back inside in my home studio. As you can see, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, which is why I try to work outside when I can. But the weather is not doing so great today, so here I am, just giving one final clear coat to what I have laid out on this piece. So I'm using fluid matte medium actually. You can also buy, clear gesso if you wish. This is just what I had on hand because I tend to use quite a bit of matte medium. And then I have, a large paintbrush, and I'm actually using the scraper, which is really great to, create a smoother surface where you can actually kind of really get, that gesso or that medium really into the grooves of the fabric that you're working with. And so that's basically what I'm doing to kind of finish out this piece, and then I should be, ready to, start to paint the underpainting along with this wash. Hey, so now I have this painting, kind of ready to go with a base color, and so I'm excited to get started.